2020. I'm Simon McIntosh-Smith. I'm the General Chair of the conference and a Professor of High Performance Computing from the University of Bristol. Before we go any further, I just want to say thank you to the sponsors for the event this year, to Kronos and Intel and CodePlay in particular. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to run the event, so thank you very much to them and to all our other sponsors for making this online version of IWOCL possible. Now, we were supposed to be in Munich, and Martin Schreiber and Christoph Reisinger have been putting together a great event for us there, but sadly because of coronavirus, we find ourselves running a digital event instead. Hopefully the silver lining for that is that we'll be able to reach far more people, and many more of you will be able to benefit from all of the great content that's coming from the conference this year. It's a very exciting time to be running the event. We've just had the big OpenCL 3 announcement, as well as announcements about SYCL 2020 that's coming soon. And as a result, we actually had more submissions for the conference this year than ever before by quite a long way. 48 submissions this year compared to just 33 last year. That's fantastic. From those submissions, we had 17 papers and technical talks accepted. We also accepted 12 posters and 2 tutorials. I won't go through all of the list of the accepted talks and presentations, but you'll see there's a really broad range of different topics covering OpenCL and SYCL, from GPUs to CPUs to evolutions in the C++ language. So do take a look. All of these papers and the videos that go with them are now available from the IWOCL website. I'll show you the link for that in a moment, but do check out the content. Some really great presentations this year, all available for free from the website. The SYCL tutorials, one of those has already run. It was on Monday. It was an introduction to SYCL. That was really well attended. There's another one happening on Wednesday from 3 p.m. GMT about developing applications with SYCL. Do check that out. Again, all available for free. Lots of thanks go to CodePlay and Heidelberg University, Intel and Xilinx putting those together. We're hoping we'll be able to make the recordings for those available too. The proceedings and recordings should all be available from the IWOCL website. So if you go check out www.iwocl.org, you should be able to find everything you need for the conference right there. All of the proceedings are available from today. All of the technical talks, all of the video recordings, they're all there today. So go and check out the website. The proceedings, you can go direct to ACM to find that. That's available for free until at least June. So do check that out. Many thanks go to Andre Pinero at the University of Bristol as proceedings chair who pulled all of that together. And thanks to all our authors and to the 40 people on the IWOCL and SYCLcon program committee for reviewing every one of the submissions. My thanks to you all. Now, if you've been to an IWOCL or SYCLcon in the past, you'll probably recognize this chart. It's something I like to show at the start of the conference every year. I update it every year. And what I do to produce this, I go to Google Scholar and I type in the names of each of the parallel programming languages and just check how many citations each one of these programming languages is getting. And it's very interesting to see what changes over time. I refresh the whole chart, all of the data in the chart every year, so it's always completely up to date. And it's very interesting to look this year and see what's been going on. So for example, OpenCL was seeing continued growth. Last year there were 6% more articles citing OpenCL than the year before. Nearly 5,000 articles a year now citing OpenCL. It's really nice to see the continued adoption. CUDA's continuing to see a really nice bump in its growth, starting at about the time that the AI and machine learning phenomena really started to take off. A 9% growth in citations for CUDA for the last 2 years, which is really great to see. The other two parallel languages which continue to get many citations are MPI and OpenMP, possibly no surprise there. And then it's really quite a big gap before you get to any of the other parallel languages. OpenACC also gets relatively well cited, and then things like SYCL, TBB, Silk, those all get a few hundred citations a year as well. And really SYCL is the new kid on the block here. It'll be interesting to see how that does, especially now that Intel has officially adopted SYCL as part of its one API. I think I'd expect to see quite an uptick in SYCL citations over the next few years. So watch this space. Now, one of the big things that we always run at IWOCL and SYCLcon is a panel discussion. We get a set of representatives from across the standards groups. That's both from OpenCL and from SYCL. We have a really nice panel set up this year. I'm going to be posing questions to the panel live, questions that have been suggested by you. There's still time to send in more questions. You can either do that to me at Twitter, it's at SimonMCS, or you can do it via, we have a Slack channel which you can find from the IWOCL website. So do check that out, send me questions, and I'll put the best of those to the panel for this session. But do come along, there's some great people. You can ask them why things are the way they are, what they think are happening. So the panel is usually one of the things we get the most feedback and the best feedback from the IWOCL SYCLcon events. So make sure you don't miss that. Finally, don't forget to follow IWOCL and SYCLcon on social media. There's an IWOCL hashtag. You can follow the IWOCL Twitter account. And also you can go to the IWOCL website and sign up for our regular newsletter. We only use that for things related to OpenCL and SYCL. We'll never spam you, we'll never give your email address away to anyone else. So do sign up for that, it's really interesting. Hopefully things will go ahead as normal next year. So we plan to go back to Munich, actually get to Munich for 2021, about this time next year. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy the event, enjoy the panels and tutorials, and hope you get the most from all of the online content that we've created for you. Don't forget you can come along to things like the Slack channel and actually interact with the authors. So hopefully see many of you there. Thanks for coming.